Yo, what up, gang? I am the Prather Trader, better known as TPT Concepts. Today is September 23rd, 2025. The time's now 9:38 a.m. Today I will be trading some ETFs, SPY, GLD, and IBIT. All right, gang, but before we hop into the fundamentals and technicals, we got to get a word in from Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Okay, gang, today's word comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9, and it reads, My grace is all you need, for my power is the greatest when you are weak. And I'm gonna read it one more time, guys. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. My grace is all you need, for my power is the greatest when you are weak. God is telling us his forgiveness for our sins is all we need to continue to keep going, which is why he sacrificed his only son for us. Okay, then he said, For my power is the greatest when you're weak. So pretty much when you feel like you have nothing left, like you want to give up, that's when God shows himself the most. And I'm telling you that firsthand because this trading journey has been real, gang, and I've needed God every step of the way. All right. And again, these verses come from personal stuff that I'm dealing with, and I pray and hope that it can help someone that listens to this video out as well. Okay. All right. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, gang. So when you come to the chart, you'll come to forexfactory.com. All right, go to today's date, see if we have any news. Today we have some red folders. We had some earlier this morning. And to be honest, gang, I might be thinking about trading London session a little bit. But back to today, we have news at 9:45, which is in 6 minutes, news at 9:50, and news at 10 o'clock. So we'll be looking for a position today after 10, probably. All right. Hopefully the market will give us some entries. All right. The reason we're going to start with IBIT is because SPY is at all-time highs. Let me show you. All right, and GLD is at all-time highs as well. You see all the way up here. So let's hold off on those for right now. And let's hop into a top-down analysis for IBIT, which is the Bitcoin for, I mean, the ETF for Bitcoin. Let's see, my bad. Let's hop into a top-down analysis. Boom. Okay. Here's a top-down analysis if you are new to the channel. All right. If not, we're about to hop in it. Okay, and I'm gonna show you guys the two trades that I took this week. Okay, gang. So the previous daily candle closed bearish. So today I do have a bearish bias on IBIT. Let's go down to the 1 hour, and you notice when you trade ETFs, all these gaps in the market. It's not like Forex. So when you mark up these levels, you definitely got to be careful. You got a resistance here on the 1 hour, and then you also have a resistance here. Okay, you see here on the price do at this level over and over again, it give you a push down to here. All right. So we get closures below there. I will be looking for some sales. And the advantage point is the support that led to this resistance. You see here. Okay. See? Nice advantage point, right? And as far as the buys, they do look clean above here, but it would definitely have to be a range two. Okay, guys, so that's pretty much what I got for IBIT today. No trades within here. All right, no trades on here. And then I will do buys above here. Range two, gang, because we got a bearish bias. Don't forget that. And we do got news at 9:45, 9:50, and 10 o'clock. So today might be a no trade day. I know some people like when news come in the market, but personally, it's like I like it. Let me stop playing. No, I don't. Because price action does not move the same, game. That's why I like trading London and Asian and stuff like that because there's usually not any news and prices move kind of smooth. Okay. And I'm not a big fan of uh saying the market is manipulated, things of that nature, because I mean, come on, gang, like who doesn't know that? All right. It's money involved, right? So clearly it's gonna be manipulation. So go ahead and get that thought out your head and just come to the charts and just trade, gang. Just trade. Just trade. See how I go down to the 30 minute and all these levels still line up. Go down to the 15. Boom. All right. Okay, gang. When I come down to the 15, you see you got fake out here, fake out here. So to play it safe, I might put my level right here. Okay. Just to stay out of all this little chop. As you see when you get price to close below here, you get a push down. And when price make a support here, it pushes up to this resistance. So I will be patient on that. All right. So sales below here, buys above here, range two. Because we have a bearish bias. Okay, gang. So that's pretty much what we have for today on IBIT. I'll be honest, I woke up a little late for chasing Forex. I apologize for that, gang. Shit. Okay, you see how these levels line up in the past. You see? Okay. Push down, push down, push down, rejection. Push down, push down, push down, push down. Gang trading is not about guessing, it's honestly just about probabilities. Waiting is the hardest part about trading, but you definitely got to wait 90% of the time. Some days you may come to the chart and your setup might be, about to happen, and then you make it hop in, make you a little money, call it a day, but that rarely happens, gang. Usually you will have to wait. All right, so right now that's what we're going to do. Going to be patient and wait on price action. Probably look at some psychology videos today because that's what I am currently working on. And you guys give me a second, I'll find those trades and we can go from there. All right. Thanks again for all the support. Greatly appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the channel. Man, we got news in 10 minutes. News in 10 minutes. Price can shoot straight down, price can shoot straight up. Again, I do feel like this is a no trade day. All right, due to this Monday price action, kind of choppy. All right. But yeah, we'll be patient. And again, back to SPY and GLD. They're trading at all-time highs. I mean, the only thing I'll do is probably take sales below here. And then it had to be range too. They're pretty much trading at all-time highs, bro. Here. Yeah, the only thing I can think of really is sales below here with this nice clean traffic coming down. So let's see here. All right, so price is currently trading within this range here. All right, since we need a range two for a breakout, you see range one, range two. So I will take sales below here, gang, today on SPY. If I get a closure below here, let's see. There again, you got to be careful at all-time highs. Wow, still pumping. There'd be sales below here. Range two. Advantage points. We got nice clean candles coming down to the left. Alrighty. Now what we're gonna do, again, be patient and wait on price action. But clearly, price say I am going to continue to push up. Oh, wait. And gang, I'm sure some people are in some short positions, short positions right now, some retail traders, but they'll be all right. As far as GLD, okay. Price pulling back, huh? News in 7 minutes. We're really in no man's land out here, gang. We can mark up the low of the day and the high of the day and say we're trading in between here. You know what? Yeah, this current 15-minute candle does not have a top wick. 85% of candles, gang, have top and bottom wicks, giving the next candle range to drive in. So let's pay attention to that. And I'm sure price action is just getting ready for this news at 10 o'clock. But again, gang, I will do sales below here because price has created two ranges. Once again, a range here. You see the support, which is this wick, this resistance, which is this wick. Price came down, made a bottom wick here, which is also support. So range one, range two. Seeing that we have a bullish bias, all right, we definitely do need a range two today in order to take a sell. I would have just put an advantage point like halfway in the middle of this range. because there's really no price action to the left, gang. We all right, but as far as buys, clearly I have no target. I don't want to take buys up here. So again, gang, you just got to be patient. Wait on price action. All right. Okay, as far as IBIT, still in this range. SPY probably okay. SPY pull back, gang. And again, the reason we'll take sales below here, range two, is because here's a range here. See how I chopped up with the support resistance? Here's a range here, range two, support resistance. Closure below, it'll be just like it's a bear's day, gang. All right. Back to GLD. We'll just be waiting here. Wow, you see how price is pulling back to wow. Again, gang, this candle does not have a top wick, meaning the next candle can make a top wick forward or it can flip bullish at any time. All right. All right, gang, let's just be patient. Wait on price action. The time is now 9:56 a.m. We got 4 minutes until news. Okay, gang. You see what I mean by how this candle did not have a top wick, and I'm pretty sure gold is about to shoot to the moon. Probably stop all these sellers. We got news in 1 second. Look at this, gang. Here we go. No, no top wick. Oh, wait. My bad game. My Wi-Fi moving kind of slow. Let's see what news do at 10. My Wi-Fi is moving pretty slow. Alright. Then again, gang, this is not financial advice, but I wouldn't trade news candles because they move kind of funny. You know what I mean? News candles move kind of funny, gang. So just let them play out. So now I'm just gonna be patient and just wait on price action, gang. Time is now 10 o'clock. I'll probably be here till like 11:30, 12, and then I'll call it a session. All right. The ETLs, different from Forex. Purely the market is only open from 9:30 to 4 p.m. So less time that is open, less price movement. You see here, may chop up. All right. Really do got to be very, very careful. Okay. See all these wicks with all these rejections here at all-time high. Again, just be careful. The only trade I really see is right here with this clean traffic to the left. Sales below here. Other than that, I don't really see anything for SPY. GLD, same thing. Okay, IBIT. Let's see what I want to do. We do have a bearish bias. Again, if price do close above here, it would be a range to buy. Because like I was telling you, ETFs, they be gapping up. It's not like Forex. But you see how this would be range one, this would be range two. All right, see how you got a support turn into resistance. And then you got support here. All right, you see here, boom, boom. Here's a range. Here's a range. So you get a breakout on a bearish day, range two buys, okay? Okay, SPY. We got 11 minutes for this 15-minute candle closure. See what price gonna do. All right. Time is now 10:03, 10:03 a.m. All right. Let's be patient, gang. Wait on price action. Okay, gang, this is why you have to be careful around all-time highs. Look at them boys. Uh, Not pushing back up to these wicks. Oh, wait. Same here with GLD. Mhm. All right. IBIT. Just gonna push up. Ready? The time is now 10:10. 5 minutes for this 15-minute counter to close. See what price want to do. Wow. Wow. Okay, gang. I think we have Fitcher Powell speaking as well. So yeah, this day might get pretty crazy. He speak at 12:35. Oh, yeah, I'll be out the charts by then. All right, this might have been the move, but let's see. See what price does at this resistance. We get a closure above. I will take buys coming up. All right. And again, I know I have a bearish bias, but here's range one. Here's range two. Got a breakout. All right. I will take the trade. And now you see why I wasn't even looking at SPY and GLD because we're trading at all-time highs. Uh, Meaning there's just no setup for a retail trader. You feel me? In my personal opinion. But hey, who am I? You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I won't trade within these two ranges here. All right. But I will take a sell because you got range one, range two, and traffic to the left. All right. So yeah, gang, let's just be patient and wait. Okay. Price came to fill this wick on GLD. Still no top wick for both of those candles. The current 15-minute candle for IBIT have little to no bottom wick. All right. So see if we get a closure below this level, take some sales coming down, or closure above here. Buys coming up. Okay. Thanks again for all the support, gang. Greatly appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the channel. You can hop on Zoom and trade with the community and on whenever you want to. Like I said before, pretty soon a couple of the guys gonna be on these calls with me. Okay. You see, we got price kind of like rejecting because we got a resistance here, which is why I wanted to wait to take that long position. All right, gang. So in the meantime and in between time, we will be patient and wait on price action. Okay, gang, this 15-minute candle closed within the no trade zone. And again, I do have a bearish bias, gang. Yeah, be careful if you're trading SPY today, and be careful if you are trading GLD. And again, you see how this would be range one, this is range two. You need two ranges when you're going against the bias, okay? So if I'm bullish, I need two ranges to take a sell. All right, if I'm bearish like I am here, I needed two ranges to take a buy. You see, this was price closed yesterday. Range one, range two. All right. Yeah, damn, let's just be patient. Wait patiently for price action, guy. I don't know if you guys can see my screen, but this I am in a live market. Okay. Everything is live here. Live trades. No demo, no demo. All right. This 15-minute candle open with little to no top wick. All right, we got GLD pushing down. See if we get a closure below this level. Because when the candle's not closed, gang, you still can pull back, leave a wick. Same way this candle did here. Do anything, all right? So you see here, closure is a part of the criteria, okay? So if it just run down without us, I'm gonna just let it go. Mm. Okay, gang, this 15-minute candle open with no top wick. Be mindful of that. And the thing I like about this strategy game that I learned from Time to Eat trading, Nick Stewart, is that when price is trading within a range that you really don't want to trade in, there's really nothing for you to do. Right? There's no thinking. Okay. I already did my thinking when I did my top-down analysis, marked up these levels, and drew out my trading plan. All right. That's what a top-down analysis is. Okay. We got 11 minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. Let's be patient, gang, and wait for price action. All right? I actually might turn on some Martin Douglas real quick so we can get some psychology in.
That is really important. He said, when you understand probabilities, there probably isn't a person in this room who doesn't understand probabilities. It's being able to function from a probabilistic perspective. There can be a huge reality gap between, let's say, our understanding of what it means, of what probabilities mean. Like, saying, hey, our pattern gives us an edge, over a series of trades, over a series of 10 trades, 7 are going to be winners, 3 are going to be losers. The problem is we don't know which ones are going to win and which ones are going to lose. So if I'm going to actually extract the profit potential in that edge, it requires that I be able to take every single trade in the series or the sequence without making errors.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna actually delete this from here. Let's put this resistance right here. And keep in mind, I still do have a bullish bias. So if we get somewhat of a fake out back inside the range, I may take buys coming up because I have a target. All right. So it'll look something like, take this off. It'll look something like this. Like a fake outside the range, close your back inside. Okay. Something like that. Don't get FOMO, gang. Be patient. Okay. Like I said, I'm sure some people have went long on IBIT right here. They're currently in drawdown. But again, it's kind of have no top wick. So be mindful, gang. Be mindful of all of that. All right, SPY pushing down with little to no top wick as well. We really don't want to trade in here. Chop, chop, clean. Okay. We're looking for clean traffic. That is a requirement for the edge, the setup. Okay, gang. And this is just an imaginary advantage point because there is no price action to the left. You see? Because we are trading at all-time highs. So I tried to put the advantage point in the middle of this range, this gap that price did today. This gap from here to here. Okay. So let's be patient, gang, and just wait on price action. That's all we can do here. Don't get FOMO. Don't get FOMO. All right. Got about 7 minutes for this 15-minute counter to close. Just be patient, gang. And just wait on price action.
The core of your personality so that you can actually do it are two completely different things. We can say we can think of ourselves as a probabilistic thinker. Say, yeah, oh yeah, I get it, I understand it. But if you can't execute all 10 trades flawlessly, then I can guarantee you you can't function at a probabilistic perspective. Because when you can, you will be able to lose without thinking you're a loser. You will be able to be wrong without thinking there's anything wrong with you. Because that's in essence where we're going. This is what makes trading so hard. We live in a society that's completely obsessed with winning is everything. Avoid losses at all costs. Winning is everything. Avoid losses at all costs. These are very powerful belief systems. You think they're just going to go away and not assert themselves on what you do and how you behave just because you have this understanding in probabilities? Just because you might read a book or go to a conference and say, hey, you know what? This is a probabilistic environment that we're dealing in, and you got to think in odds. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. Try doing it. Because what you do is going to be a function of what you believe. psychological makeup also don't want to feel that way. We will avoid this at all costs. I don't like the feeling of what it means to be wrong, all the negative energy. Brings up all the times we're berated as kids, someone ridiculing us, teachers, coaches, whatever. So if my experiences, if my trading experiences have the potential to tap me in to these two belief systems, or these memories, the memories of what it means to lose and what it means to be wrong, well, you know what? I got big problems, because you know what? If I can't lose and I can't be wrong without it resonating, negative emotional energy, there's only got one other way that I can think of to help me avoid tapping into all this, and it's through analysis. So in one sense, we're going to say, well, I'm a trader, which means I'm a risk taker. But the reality is we're using analysis to do everything to avoid tapping into the memories of losing and the memories of what it means to be wrong. And it doesn't work. What we're trying to tell you is this does does is it defines patterns. In other words, when we got the order flow, we got buys coming into the exchange, we got a flow of sells coming into the exchange. When there's an imbalance between the buys and the sells, and there's no buys, the price has to tick up. When there's an imbalance between the sells in relationship to the buys, the price has to tick down. As these price up and down, as the price ticks up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, it creates what we call collective behavior patterns. I say collective because everyone who submits an order to the exchange contributes to the pattern. And what we found is that not only can these patterns be identified, quantified, but they repeat themselves with statistical reliability over and over and over again.
Okay, gang, I really do hope that you're listening to the late, great Mark Douglas, because what he's spitting is facts. This is a game of probabilities, consistency, and discipline. So pretty much what he was just saying is the patterns repeat themselves, but the results do not. And that is not an easy thing to comprehend due to the fact that we're not taught to think like that in school. Actually, we're taught in school that losing is bad. Okay? To be honest, gang, when you lose, there's no such thing as losing, gang. You're learning. You're learning how to get better at it, okay? You're learning how to get better at it. All right. And I heard this guy say, don't think of stuff as winning and losing. Either you learn, or he say, imagine yourself like you're a surgeon, like this surgery went well today. Okay. And then you get ready for the next one because you're gonna have to do it again. Okay. So basically we gotta have that mindset knowing that we're gonna have to do it again. This candle closes in less than 1 minute. All right, it's starting to pull back a little bit. And if you notice here, all three of these bearish candles don't have top wicks, which is why I'm not afraid to take a buy up here. All right. Again, we get some closure back in here with a little support made. I will take a buy to come retest this resistance. We get closures below here. All right. With a nice top wick. All right. And then I'll take sales coming down. 20 seconds, game. 20 seconds. All right, let's take a peek at IBIT. My bad. The symbol up here look like IWM, and those of you who trade ETLs know that. Okay, we're still gonna be in this no trade zone, and you see that this bearish candle is about to close with no top wick. All right, so price here is just moving sideways, which is why earlier today we had a no trade zone. And go back and look at my videos on my channel. You will notice the levels that I mark up are pretty key levels, gang. Okay, we got a closure below here. Candle open with no bottom wick. All right, so let's be patient, gang. Wait on price action. 30 minute, we got a nice bearish closure as well. But yeah, since I'm so bullish, I might need to see some buyers close below this level. I want to, okay, SPY close below the previous support right here, close below, but with no top wick. Okay, so just be careful trading these all-time highs up here. Same with GLD. Okay, let's just be patient. The time is now 10:31 a.m. I'll be here for maybe another hour or so and try to hit the gym if I don't gotta watch, if I don't gotta get my son. Shout out to my boy and my wife, feel me, for supporting me through this journey. I'll be honest, gang, it is definitely not easy. Okay. Mm. Yeah, I may let this 15-minute candle close. If it runs, it just runs because I don't want to take this breakout on a bullish day. I need more confluence and confirmation than that. All right. Let's be patient, gang, with our price action. Thanks for all the support. And if you enjoy listening to this Martin Douglas, let me know. And if you're like, yo, turn that off, let's just listen to the music, or you want to hear me talk, just let me know. All right, gang? Help me out with my channel. Constructive criticism is needed. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, again, we got about 5 minutes. 5 minutes for this 15-minute candle closure. Let's be patient. And again, we got a bullish buy, so I will need a range two to take the sales. I'm sure some retail traders hopped into sell entries here. So let's see what the market want to do. Again, these three candles here, little to no top wick. See if price want to come make top wicks for it. All right. I will be watching for a fake out because I have a resistance to retest now. Um, and as far as IBIT, you see while we are not necessarily trading within its range, price is just moving sideways. And again, full disclosure, disclaimer, whatever you call it. I've been trading for 2 years. All right. Not yet profitable, but I am creating this channel to show the world, show people, new novice traders, my journey, and actually inviting new traders to join me on my journey, trade with me on YouTube. Let go of your fears, gang. Let's do this. God got us, okay? All right. So you see here on SPY, still currently there's no trades on, gang. Really don't have too much of anything until price give me what I'm looking for. Right? GLD, we got about 4 minutes. 4 minutes for this kind of a close. Today is Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. The time is now 10:41 a.m. Thank you guys for hopping on my channel and trading with me. Greatly appreciate a like and subscribe so other people can see the channel as well. And I do pray that this channel is bringing value to new traders, showing you guys how you have to wait for your setup. Okay. If I could tell anybody that just started, I would tell them to focus on psychology, gang. All right. Focus on psychology. I'm currently reading a book called Best Loser Wins by Tom Hugard. Just got done with the Forex Mindset by Jared Martinez. Okay, and I was just letting you guys listen to Mark Douglas. All right. And shout out to Dr. David Paul, which is the guy that is Tom Hugard's mentor. Okay, so stand disciplined and consistent, gang. That is the name of the game. And me personally, I got to do better as well, which is why I made this channel to raise my standard and hold me accountable. All right, 2 minutes, gang. 2 minutes for this 15-minute count closing. Okay, again, this 15-minute candle closed bullish, but it definitely did close below the range. So let's be patient. Let's see what price want to do. Okay, let's take a look at IBIT. IBIT closed inside the range, bullish doji. You see how key that level was? That's why I marked it out, gang. Okay, you see support and resistance. Those are the levels that you look for. Okay, so we'll wait on that. And don't forget, gang, this bearish candle right here closed with no top work, so price could be coming back up there. All right, let's go down to S&P 500, SPY. Yeah, I'm still comfortable with sales below here. You know, like I was saying before, this could really be considered a range too. But just to play it safe, I still may just wait for a simple break and retest before taking sales coming down to try to avoid the fake out the best that I can. But I didn't create this channel to take dumb trades on here. I wanted to take the same trades that I watch my mentors, indirect or direct, you feel me, the trades that they take, right? So let's be patient. Wait on price action here. Discipline and consistency, gang.
Where's the problem? What? Go ahead, Tony. Oh, well, yeah. No. The problem is the patterns repeat themselves over and over again with statistical reliability. The outcomes that the patterns are predicting are random. I want you to get this. This is big. Okay? The patterns repeat themselves with statistical reliability, but the outcome that the pattern is predicting is random in relationship to the previous outcomes. There's a completely random distribution between wins and losses over a series of edges, or you know the criteria that define your edges. Exactly. That's right. That's how casinos make money. They're gambling on each individual. They know that's a gamble. Each individual outcome is unpredictable and unknowable. But over a series of events, the law of probabilities will work its magic, and they don't need to worry about the outcome to each individual event. So now you tell me, nobody likes tapping into the pain. No one likes tapping into the pain, and yet walk into the casino and watch people sit in front of a slot machine for hours and pump money into that machine, knowing they're going to lose. Not only knowing they're going to lose, experience losing, and why is it they're not experiencing emotional pain? They are losing. Why aren't they experiencing emotional pain? Well, it's one at a time. Somebody raise their hand. Whatever. Go ahead. Yeah, no, let's put it this way. You say they're expecting the next one. They don't know if the next one's going to be a winner. The next one may be a winner, and the whole idea of it being fun is because they're going to be surprised if it is. But the point is, they are expecting wins and losses. As a matter of fact, if you watch somebody play slots or you experience playing slots, you know that you're going to lose more times than you win. And as long as you accept the risk, meaning, and how do you know you accept the risk? Your behavior will tell you accept the risk because you don't have any problems putting the money in the machine. See, if you couldn't accept the risk,
Okay, gang. SPY came to the support, rejected it. Kind of is bullish, but we still got 8 minutes for the closure. All right. Let's see. GLD, take this off. Just thinking about going long on it. Got clean candles here to the left. This candle closed a little to no bottom wick with this candle. You see, came and made one for it. Yeah, I'll be patient. Let's see. There's 30-minute candle closing in 7 minutes. Mm-mm. All right, man, we just gotta be patient, man. All right, 7 minutes, 7 minutes for a 30-minute and 15-minute candle to close. I know retail traders are long here. Somebody went short here, so don't be surprised if price moves sideways. With this resistance, we're using this wick as our support. Okay, so we will take range two cells below here again, which is nothing but a simple break and retest. As far as IBIT, this current candle does not have a top wick on a 15. We have been getting weird price action today. All right, SPY, still in this no trade zone. So let's be patient, game, wait on price action. Okay, gang, we got about 1 minute for this 15-minute candle closure. Still kind of chopping up here on IBIT. Okay. And that's why, again, you got to go to different time frames and mark up the levels. All right. See, I came down to the 15-minute, had to mark that up. Okay, here on SPY, we got 1 minute for this candle to close. I'm sure if this candle closed bullish, retail traders may take a long entry on here, but not me. I used to. I used to. And as far as GLD, if this candle closes bullish, I may want to take buys coming up due to the fact that I am bullish with all this clean traffic to the left. This would be like a, could say like a buy off an onion. Let's see. It's very not too bad. So again, this is pretty much what I drew out here to the left. You see price cams, flips from lows. Here was this right here. And then closure here. So price comes to, yeah, and it's giving us a nice bottom wick. So if it comes to break these highs, it may be in a long entry. Okay. And I'll probably give it to the last 5 or 6 minutes of the candle to get activated. Because the price closes, let's say, below this support, I'll feel comfortable taking sales because that'll be a range too. See what I'm trying to say? All right. But for now, if price comes to break these highs before breaking these lows, if price break the lows of the support, my trade is voided. I will not enter the trade. As long as we're trading above the support and come break these highs, I will take buys coming up. This clean traffic to the left because I do have a bullish bias. All right. And this should be the trading plan I drew out here earlier. Time is now 11:02 a.m. I am the Prather Trader. I greatly appreciate anybody that comes to the channel, like and subscribe. Right now, it's just my wife liking the videos, but it's all good. Even though I got family and so-called, friends and stuff. That's why you got to stay focused. All right, gang, let's see. Price is making a nice bottom wick for us. As long as we keep trading, again, above this support, I don't mind taking these buys. Because again, this candle had little to no top wick. So does this one. So does this one. All right. Let's be patient, gang. Just wait on price action. Because we're not really getting too much of anything on IBIT or SPY. We got the first 5 minutes of this 15-minute candle pushing down. Okay. All right, that kind of ended up closing bearish on SPY. Now that we're gonna push down here. Yeah, these sales probably weren't bad, but hindsight and trading will always be 2020. Make sure you just stick with your plan, your setup, like I'm about to do here on GLD. Something that I drew up earlier. If it happens, then I'll be in. And if we get a resistance made under here, I'll take sales coming down. All right. Okay, gang. I always notice I just don't hop into a long position because I got priced to somewhat close back inside the range a little bit. All right, because I learned my lesson with that as well. So again, gang, if price closes below this support, I will take a short entry to come down to this advantage point. But as long as we are trading above this support and we break these highs, I'm gonna be in a long entry coming up to this advantage point and potentially retest this resistance here. Okay. Time is now 11:07. We got about a little less than 8 minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. And again, once we get to the last I'd say 5 minutes, 4 minutes of the candle, I won't enter. I'll just wait for it to close. Okay, go back to IBIT. Now this candle has flipped back bullish. Right? So 7 minutes. All right, SPY. Still right here. That's why waiting for candle closure so important, gang. Um, Again, meta support. See how price closed above. So again, if price breaks this resistance before this support, I want to say I want to continue to push back up to retest this resistance here. But if it fails to close above this level here and then close below support, then I do feel like we want to come fill this gap that it made. Okay, a little less than 6 minutes for this candle to close. Yeah. Okay, probably like we want to push up. Make sure I have my orders set. Okay, then let's see if we can get GLD to continue to push up here to this advantage point, and then potentially to the take profit. And I was bullish. And again, gang, when you have a setup, you have to take it. Let's see if we can get a push up. All right. There we go. And again, these candles have little to no top width. We got a lot of clean candles to the left. Sort step in the market. We formed a support. All right. Buyers held their ground. We got a nice bottom wick making a higher low. And I just want to see a price want to continue to push up. All right. Let's wait and see, gang. 3 minutes for this 15-minute candle close. Okay, we might move our advantage point somewhere here. You see, between this wick and this clean candle here. All right. But we definitely do want to see a price when it comes to the range, though. Okay. So wait and see, gang. 3 minutes, man. 3 minutes. Okay, gang. We're getting price to push up. Let's see if we can hit the advantage point. All right. I took a little bit off. Full TP will be that resistance there. All right. And again, we did have a bullish bias due to the previous daily candle closure and this nice gap up that we had. Let's see. Let's see if we can get price to continue with this advantage point. Take profit, gang. Good trade, good trade. Nice trade, gang. And we went over the whole trade before we entered the market, had it drawn out. Okay. We drew it out here. We pretty much got a fake out right here. Nice clean candle to the left. The advantage point would be this wick of this bullish candle here. Okay. And shout out to my boy Sensei the Trader. Y'all let meet him soon. Teach me about fair value gaps and things of that nature. All right. Let's see if we get price to keep running up. We got 40 seconds for this candle to close. All right. Thanks again for all the support, gang. If you are enjoying the content, like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifications bell. I greatly appreciate it. All right. This is I think the third trade I took this week. Took a small loss in Asian, and I forgot to show y'all that trade. I got to show you that loss I took in Asian. And I took a win in, I call it Monday session because it's like the London session for Monday. So we call it Monday. Shout out to the clubhouse, shout out to next door and time to eat trade. Okay, let's see if we can get price to continue pushing up to this advantage point and potentially to take profit. We'll go over this trade one more time. We had drew this up earlier because we had a bullish bias, clean traffic to the left, nice range. Okay. I got this range from this bottom wick of this resistance. Okay. So price closed below the range, trapping most retail traders. Okay. And you're not going to avoid every fake out, but to try to avoid most of them, you have to be very patient. And don't worry about this position, gang. I definitely took some off. All right. Probably close the rest once it hit the advantage point. See if we keep pushing up. But again, gang, this right here, I would say was you can call it an onion. You feel me? Or yeah, you can say it was an onion play. Buy off support, bullish. All right, trending market. Okay, price kind of pulled back, and push back up. Okay, now you see why I took some off, gang. All right, what I noticed about price is when they get close to the areas of your interest, it kind of makes you get into emotional decisions. So now when they get kind of close, I'll take some off, still let it run a little bit, but I feel more comfortable due to the fact that the hard work I put in with the patience, I got some money for the day. Okay. But back to the trade, we were pretty drawn on we drew out a fake out here to the right. Price swept liquidity. Okay. Made a support, closed back inside. You see, made a resistance. Here's the resistance right here. And the support is this bottom wick right here. Okay. For a push up to okay. Just hit the advantage point. That's a great trade, man. Let me take a picture of this. Make sure you journal all of your trades. Great trade. Great trading today. Okay, gang, and just like that, your day would be done. All right, hold on a second. Okay, gang, you can use anything to journal your trades. One of my guys I trade with, Sensei the Trader, he uses something called Notion, and I'm definitely going to learn how to use that because it's pretty cool. My mentor next door, he used something called TradeZella, and I use what you are looking at right here, which is Google Spreadsheets. 9, 10. Just simply mark up the day, what you traded, What time you took the trade? I said I took the trade around, we could say 11. Yeah, around 11 o'clock. All right, advantage point hit. We can get that out the way. So now only thing you're left with is a stop loss. All right. As a matter of fact, I actually need to put my stop loss right here for when I take. So when you journal the trade, you'll see where everything was at. You see, you got your bias, everything. Okay. All right. All right. Now you can put that screenshot right here so you can look at it. We took it off the 15-minute time frame. It was quarter risk, one. It was iron play. It was an iron. I would say it was an A strategy because we were going with the bias. Let's say we took it around 11 o'clock. All right, gang. And that would be your trading day. We came here around what about 9, almost 9:40. We had news at 10. The time is now 11:20. Let's go back to the chart. I mean, some people may hold a bag trying to get all of this, and price still may continue to shoot up. But we trading at all-time highs, gang. You feel me? You got to get your money. The reason I did not enter off this support because it had little to no bottom wick. All right, I had to wait for buyers to let me know they were here. Waited for a bottom wick here. Entered the break of these highs. All right, and I took profit up here. All right. Great trade, gang. Great trade. I will be back probably later on, either for Asian or London session. I want to thank you guys again for all the support. All right. I love you guys. God bless. I am the Pray the Trader TPT Concepts. Like and subscribe to the channel. Great trade on GLD, gang. Matter of fact, let's look at IBIT, which is still ranging. All right. No trade zone. All right. SPY, still in this range. Okay. So be careful, gang. Our job is to come to the charts, be patient for a setup, and then go spend time with our families. All right. We're not here to waste time with this market. And look at that, gang. Is it a coincidence that price is rejecting this advantage point? Okay. So again, gang, go ahead and go here. See this video here? Look at it. Soak it in. Go to the live. Okay. Look at videos, gang. Look at the go to the oldest. Start from the beginning. You feel me? That's what I did. All right. 2 years in the game, still pushing. Thanks again for all the support. I love y'all, gang. Here go my channel right here. You feel me? Let's get them subscribers up. You feel me? Let's do it. I'm giving y'all the best I can. All right. God bless. I am the Pray the Trader. TPT Concepts.